Thank you. Thank you very much. I'd like to say I watch Alfred. He provides the content I can trust.
Hey everybody, Alfred here. Welcome to my channel. Kick back and relax. Take a look at the garden.
Folks, back in the garden. Got a whole bunch of stuff to show you guys. Ooh, what's that? A lot of stuff happened, guys. Got to tell you it all. I'm going to take everything down and I'll be right back. The Yarrow garden, sorry. The Genovese basil and the dill, I've actually trimmed a third time, and I just made a video like less than a week ago of trimming both of these. So I've got like a big bag of dill and a big bag of basil in only a very short amount of time, which is really, really cool. The pepper plant is going. It's going really good. It's, you know, it's just growing a little bit every day. The cucumber plant is like really doing well. You know, I'm not even sure if this is, I thought this was thyme. I think this might be parsley. I got to double check. The tomato plant was just growing and growing and growing. It grows so big with so many big leaves that I had to actually cut off like a whole bunch of leaves. I did like a serious trim job because there were just these really big leaves and it was covering all this stuff, which is, there's a lot of action going on with this. But listen, when you guys have one of these Yarrow gardens, you can really get away with a lot because they flourish. Everything flourishes. It's hard not to be able to grow with these things. So if you're hesitant about getting one, don't be, because you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is just make sure it has like a little water level in here. It says fill up to here. You just have to do that. Make sure the water is filled up to there, and you have to put 1 cap of the solution in every 2 weeks. So that's really all you have to do. Look at that, it's a little bug. But basically that's all you have to do. And even you don't even have to turn it on and turn it off. It's automatically timed, you know, for the right amount of hours as it grows and stuff. So you really don't have to do anything but put some water in it probably every 2 or 3 days at the most. And then everything's just going to grow and you're going to look like you're awesome, like mine does right now. And everyone's like, oh, wow, look at this. It's like, I'm not doing anything, basically. It's real easy. Okay, so let's go back over to this project. And last time I showed you guys this, like the roots were popping out. This thing was like, it was out of control. So basically, I guess I didn't push the seeds in maybe deep enough when I originally planted them. I'm not sure what happened, or maybe it's just too many plants. But I basically took out this entire thing, this like sponge, and I cut it down the middle, and then I like lined the roots in there so that like the actual green stems were at the top. And then there was also another seed in there that was growing, so I took that out and I just popped it in on the top too. It looks like it's starting to go also. So this is like moving along really well. Let's look at the second project. This one, I had to actually take the cap off of this one because this little plant is growing really well. And there's another teeny plant growing like right next to it. This one, there's like nothing going on. Usually you see like a little like fuzziness going on in there before the seeds go. I don't even see that yet. So I'm not sure what's going on. We'll just have to maybe give it some time. Now, oh gosh, let's talk about this. All right, so some of these tomato plants and some of the cucumber plants were getting too big for the growers. And I was bugging out about transferring them into dirt because, like, you know, this was like a crucial thing. It's going to end if they all die or something. I would have been crushed. And I don't even know what they're going to do yet, but it's been a couple of days now. So after 2 days, they're like standing up straight, you know what I mean? And they seem to be okay. And like look at this one here. This one's got like that third leaf going on in there that I was telling you guys that grows on these in the last time. Look, there's another one there. So these are growing. These are like going to the next stage, actually, a couple of these after I put them in the dirt. They're really, you know, like this is good. So, and the tomato plants look good too. So that's what's going on basically this part of the garden. I also told you guys last time, I don't know, they got these weird things growing. Does anybody know what these things are? Look like a little stem with a bean on the end of it. Now it's got leaves. I don't know if it's I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a weed, but that's just I don't know, whatever, guys. But I'm going to take this stuff out of the tank, and we'll take a look at what's going on, you know, with all the smaller projects, which are some of them going to really be close to topsoil time. All right, so let me go ahead and do that, guys, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. So basically these are the projects that I have. There's, you know, 6, but 2 of them are the same. 2 of them are peppers. This is a part 9 of a 100 million part series, but basically I started all these at all different times. So they're all different stages of growth. The cucumbers, though, for instance, are second to last that I grew, and they're bigger than all the rest. It's just, I guess, you know, the species and stuff and how they grow and their you know, sizes and such. But so this is what I have left of the cucumbers. And I'm going to put these in dirt too, but these didn't really look that strong like the other ones did. But if you see like the root growth in here, so it's like there's like a lot of roots growing in here, and it's like, you know, once they start trying to get out of the little hole in the bottom, it's like, you know, time to go. So these are I'm gonna plant these. I had a whole bunch of seeds left over in this one, so I just crammed them all in. And these other tomato plants were just a little smaller, but they're strong. So I said I don't want to really mess with these yet. They got to go soon too. But the tomato plants all look really strong. The cucumber plants, like these are the ones that have wilted and they never really like fully recovered from when I put them over here next to the arrow garden on a cold night for like 5 hours, and they all got messed up. But they really didn't, like, because these are okay. So I put the stronger ones basically. I took out and I planted. Right next to it, these are the peppers. The peppers were the most stubborn. The seeds took over 2 weeks. You know, I put them in the bowl of water with a, you know, a damp paper towel in a bowl, and I laid the seeds out on there. That's the technique I used for all these. And I put saran wrap over the top. You can go back and see it, and you know, there's a whole bunch of videos because I did all these at different times. But all the 9 series, that's what I'm basically doing to get these started. But this one took 2 weeks to even get the little stem to pop out of it. So I didn't even think these seeds were going to be any good. But they are growing. You know, they're growing really slow. But like, look at this one. It's got like extra leaves on it and stuff. So like, and I heard like these baby leaves are not really always, it's okay if they get a little wilted looking or even a little yellow, because that's like, they're like baby teeth, I guess, like in a sense. So they're going to be going anyway. But this is a pepper plant I put here. And what I want to do at some point is I want to tell you guys, like these cucumber, like this pepper plant, for instance, I put these seeds in. I just dropped the seed in there like a week and a half ago. Okay, so the other seeds in 2 weeks, they had a little stem pointing out of it. This thing's already growing. That's the difference between the arrow garden and you know, and planting them in soil. And this cucumber plant, this thing was put in there like a little bit over a week ago, and these are a few weeks old. You know what I mean? So the arrow garden is just like, it's like amazing when it comes to like how these things grow. There is limitations on the size of it and such, you know, as things get bigger, but it is what it is. So here's the lettuce. This lettuce has to go. I got to put this lettuce in soil right away. It's going to happen real soon. I don't know if I can do it today, but it's going to happen maybe tomorrow. And these other ones I'm just going to let hang for a little bit. Maybe take this one. Like, look at this one. A couple of these are really starting to get big. So it's kind of like, you know, I don't know if it was too dark there, but some of these are getting big. So it's kind of like time to get going here. You know what I mean? And also we have the San Marzano plum tomatoes. These I just did not too long ago. I got these seeds at the same time as the cucumber seeds, and I incubated both of them at the same time. And the cucumbers, as you can see, are already in soil, and these things are just getting started because they took quite like more time to just to get to the point where I could seed them, and they just don't grow as quickly. But they're just little teeny tiny babies. But this is how they're supposed to look, because as impatient as I've been, these other tomato plants were once looking exactly like this, where it was like, what is this? Like, what am I doing here? You know what I mean? So so the adventure continues, guys. But listen, hey, thanks for watching the video.